Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the BULLOCK fam. We are back again. In this video, we're going to go ahead and, as promised, we're going to talk about marriage life and how Ava, who is asleep right now, came into the picture.
Yeah.
We're going to get it kicked off. First, before we get into the marriage life, we do want to talk a little bit about engagement because there's a testimony within itself. We got engaged December 5th.
Yes.
Around 4:30. I got down on one knee, as I said in the last video, with no ring, and I proposed to my wife. And, I will say this. The 6 months we were dating, I did not have a vehicle. Keep in mind, we were long distance relationship. I lived an hour and a half away over the Bay Bridge.
Yes.
But I did not make any excuses whatsoever. Because I believe if God bless you, truly bless you with someone, he will make provision for you to be with that person. And he definitely did. I mean, from people that knew me wanting offer me a ride to go down there or saying, hey, I'm going to Salisbury, Easton's on the way. I didn't ask anything. They just came to me, and just even when we were dating, it just seemed like God just kept blessing our relationship, and it just seemed like God was definitely in it. It was just
absolutely
the confirmation, everything was just wonderful. But I said that to say that we just made time for each other. We made each other a priority, and leading into the engagement, I will say that I was working 2 jobs. You were working 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I was working around 4:30. Okay, working all the way until about 10, 11 o'clock. And then immediately from that job, I would go into an overnight job, working until 7 when she had to be to work. So we really didn't have time to talk on the phone. We didn't have time to spend with each other, but we made time. We didn't make any excuses.
It was a priority.
We made each other a priority, whether it be breaks in the middle of my overnight job, whether it be her breaks. We made time for each other, made no excuses whatsoever. So we said that real quick to say that if there's any long distance relationships out there, it's not easy.
Okay.
But I think it's only as hard as you make it. Absolutely. Because honestly, if you care about the person and they're worth it, you'll sacrifice, do what you got to do to make it work.
Yes.
And it's just easy. When you love, everything's just easy.
It just comes naturally. Like whatever your ambitions are, whatever your goals are, whatever it is romantically, you will see that it would naturally just intertwine and just fit together perfectly. So, and that's what we did. Like when you truly love someone, when you truly are in love with them in the way that we are in love with each other, you will find that sacrificing is nothing at all.
Light.
It's light work, like you said. Because like you said, he did not have a car at all.
Yeah,
and that didn't faze me one bit. That's why I said in the other video, like I saw the potential in him. Even when he didn't have a ring, I saw the potential because I could see past anything materialistic. I saw the spiritual part of Willie. And that's what really made me want to embrace this marriage and want to embrace what we have together. So
I'm blushing.
Yeah. Oh, you're blushing.
Yeah. So thank you, babe.
Yeah.
So and it was really her spirit that was the most attractive thing to me. I should tell you, I was not checking her out physically. That was a mystery to me. I really was attracted to her spirit, her mind, the inner Desiree, And as I got married, I can appreciate everything else. But leading into the engagement, we bring it up because it's a testimony within itself. When we got engaged December 5th, 2016, later on that month, I was in a place, actually the following month, January 2017, I was homeless.
Yeah.
And situations happened, and I didn't have a place to lay my head. And we know that, we grew up apostolic, Pentecostal, and, it's taboo.
It's considered taboo.
Taboo to, they call it shacking
up.
Whatever.
Shacking up together.
But, her parents knew me, they said, he's a nice guy, saved, and, he's not going to do anything crazy.
To disrespect the household.
Right.
So I actually confronted my mother and I told her the situation. I was just like, babe, he doesn't have like anywhere to go. And I just felt like that was like our only way out. And my parents, they're always welcoming and all of that anyway. So my mom was just like, yes, of course, she's not going to let him, stay out in the cold and not have anywhere to stay or whatever. So she talked to my father, and of course, he agreed with her. So everything was in alignment with that. And Willie, he ended up staying with us, and it went from there. Like, I mean, we spent Christmases together, birthday celebration, everything. And mind you, this was prior to everything.
Right.
Prior to all of that, so.
Yeah. And mind you, before I was in a situation of being homeless, I had just got a car. Yeah. The month I got engaged, I got a car. Yeah. Shout out to my man, Peter. Looked out for me.
He's a wonderful young man.
He's a wonderful. He's my best friend. Yeah. Trust him like a brother.
He was at our wedding in Jamaica too, by
yes,
the way.
He came out, dropped at the last minute. He was just like, "Oh, you bought a ticket? All right, I'm out there. No excuses." He came out. Yeah. But anyway, I was just gonna stay in my car, because I had a car, so I was just save money that way and just don't worry about it. But I was so appreciative of her parents, just looking out for me in that way. So we had a little bit of an advantage, I believe, being engaged and actually getting the chance to
live together in the same roof. So.
In a saved household. Absolutely. Where we had respect. And I got to see some sides of her. She got to see some sides of me. So it'd been probably a shock more so if we had just got married and just moved in together. Some things would have been really shocking.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we literally learned from that experience.
So, but yeah, we got engaged and we got married. Now, moving into when we got married May that year, 2017.
Yeah, the 22nd,
which is this month. Happy anniversary to us. That is our marriage anniversary. Yeah. But we have multiple anniversaries. That's our marriage. But our wedding anniversary in Jamaica was August 27th, 2017.
That's right.
And we wasted no time trying to have a baby.
Oh my gosh, I almost woke her up.
Right. Now, technically, being married legally, we could have had a baby sooner, but we got married sooner, like I said before, because we didn't want to send sensitive documents overseas.
Absolutely.
Risk our information getting compromised.
Yeah.
So, we did the legal marriage first, and then that was symbolic. But I said that to say that when we came back to the States, we came back to the States and we went looking for a place.
Yeah, we did.
First. And we were already looking, but we just wasn't sure. We wanted to really make sure it felt like home wherever we was picking. We want to make sure it had certain amenities and stuff like that. So we finally found the place. We moved in, what was it, October?
Well, actually, November.
It was November.
It was November.
The first of November.
The first, yes.
Right.
First of
and
November.
The month prior, or no, actually it was that month. November, I started a new job in car sales, and I made the transition from where I was working to, kind of expand my cash flow, because I felt like if I was in sales, I'm good at sales, I'm good with people. I figured, why not? The crazy thing, this is where the testimony comes in. Now, after a month of being there, I just signed a lease, mind you. We moved in November 1st. December, the first week, that job let me go. Yeah. Laid me off. Yeah. Without a real reason, other than the fact that I think the management just, I don't know what their problem was, but they really just, I guess, being a new salesman, I had a genuine way of making sales. And it wasn't this kind of attitude they wanted. They wanted I'm not going to say it was screw people over type of thing. And I was real honest. I was, just upfront with it. And people actually loved me. And it should tell you, when I left, People were calling me. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone that worked there was calling me, texting me, like, how could they let you go? What? And they were checking up on me and stuff like that. And yeah, it was amazing
Yeah.
to get that love and get that reciprocated,
But they saw the light in him. That's what I always told Willie. Like, even though he was like let go from the job for reasons that wasn't even really discussed because it wasn't a true reason. I always thought it was because he had this light that shines so brightly, and it kind of made them, I guess, feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But we already know what the true reason is. His light was shining too brightly, of course. But needless to say, he did lose his job or whatever, and I was a bit I wouldn't say that I was concerned, but there was like some stresses like in the back of my head because we literally just moved out my parents' house, and we just got our place and all of that. So I was just like, well, I mean, the bills are not going to pay for themselves or whatever. But at the end of the day, God, he did make a way. We did find like odd jobs, he and I. I was working on the base, doing a job like with like showing like art and stuff like that. And he ended up doing like Uber and Lyft, and that helped a lot. And we actually ended up cleaning homes as well. So a lot of it was really humbling experiences, I would say. And like I always say all the time, like your experiences and everything has the tendency to shape you into the person that you are, and it makes you really appreciate everything that you have. And we appreciate everything that we have because we look at all the struggles, all the trials and tribulations that we had to endure together, and that's what is keeping us together. And of course, God was in the mix of all of that as well.
And that's beautiful. Yes, and I do want to say, when I came home that day, to let my wife know, I didn't know how I was going to say it. Hey, I got fired today. But when I came home, that's how I know God just blessed me with the right person, because I came home, any traditional woman would have went off, right? My wife just said, okay, it's going to be all right. We're going to be all right. And she just hugged me.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'll tell you, I wanted to cry. I'm like, I was not expecting that kind of reaction.
Yeah.
And she just, because, well, you knew I was going through on that job.
Yeah, he was going through. So I felt like not only was it a relief for him, because he was, going through it face on with, the different attacks from the enemy, working through those people. A lot of them probably didn't even know why they were treating him the way that they were treating him. It was because of what he had, living inside of him. Exactly.
They didn't know why they was acting crazy and treating me like that.
Yeah, so it was a relief not only for him, but it was a relief for me as well, because I did not like the fact that my husband was suffering and going through that for no reason at all.
I was coming home like sad.
Yes, and that's not him. Like, he's bubbly, non-confrontational, none of those things. So for him to really be like that, I was just like, no, that's not him. This is not right. Something needs to be done, and God worked it out. So all things truly does work together for the good. It might not seem like it, like while you're going through the fire and you're tested and you're tried and everything like that, but it worked accordingly, and it was a relief for the both of us. Right. And God provided. He didn't leave us alone at all, not one time, not once.
Now moving in, thank you, but moving into the next part of this testimony about me losing a job, I want you to know that when I signed that lease, we knew we were pregnant.
We were.
We had just got, back from Jamaica, and that following month we got pregnant.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you take the lead on that. So after we, I think it was December. Mm-hmm. This is around the time, sometime after I lost my job. I'm gonna let you take the lead on that.
Yeah. So we found out that we were pregnant in October, and we went to the OBGYN to do testing and all of that. And the first time that we did the testing and everything, we were super, super excited. And Babe was joking about, oh, I hope there's twins in there. Like, talking to the nurse, like, how will you know if there's twins or whatever. And we found out, though, that they act like something was, going on. So they said, you know what? Wait about a couple of more weeks. We're going to come back and test you again. So I did get tested, and another doctor, she had came in and she had let us know that unfortunately, Mr. and Mrs. Bullock, you guys look like you were suffering a miscarriage or whatever. Yeah. And it was a shocking thing to hear because we were super excited. We were newlyweds, excited at the fact that we were, about to be parents and we were going to be embarking in that journey of life together. So to get that news, it was quite fatal and put a damper on things. I remember my mom, she was in there and she was just like, wow, this can't be. And then we went back home to my father and told him about the situation because we actually did the testing and everything in Easton. So we came back from where we were living and went to Easton to that place or whatever. And he was just like, just stay prayerful, stay prayerful. Everyone was trying to stay positive, even though the signs were there that we were indeed suffering a miscarriage. We didn't want to believe it. We kind of
denial.
Yeah.
I was me and her father did tell you we was praying it out. It's like no.
That's not happening.
That's not our story.
That's not what we have to go through. And Willie and I, we put our heads together to just believe that everything was going to be fine, everything was going to be okay. So we went and we did our move, all of that. That was prior to when he had lost his job and everything. And we had told the family when we moved up there and the area across the bridge, and that's where we are residing now. And we let them know. That was the day of our move-in day, so that was November the 1st, and we let them know exactly what was going on as far as us being pregnant, and we were excited about it. We didn't tell them, the news that we had received. The only people that knew about that news was my father, my mother, Willie, and I, of course. And but yeah, brother and sister. They didn't know about the actual miscarriage itself until after the fact.
Oh yeah.
And that's when the miscarriage actually happened. And
what's crazy is we were doing Uber and Lyft trying to make rent. Yeah. Having this knowledge and being stressed out about that.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Desiree was feeling some type of way and just wasn't feeling good. And
yeah, it was so painful.
We had to rush to the hospital and miscarriage took place. How did you feel about that? How did it make you feel?
Well, I just felt like I couldn't. What's the words?
Couldn't conceive.
It wasn't so much of the thing of couldn't conceive.
You felt like something was wrong with you. I remember that.
I just felt like it was out of my control. Like there was nothing I could do to save our child or anything like that. So I still was in denial, even though everything was happening, at the time. I was still in denial about it all. And it actually happened the day before our actual anniversary of our engagement. So that happened on December the 4th.
Right.
So that was just like, oh my gosh, that's something that we'll always remember. But I will say that through everything, Willie and I, we made it together. We had our family there to support us, to keep us well grounded and everything. And
encourage us.
And to encourage us. And like Willie said, I did feel like, a lot of women don't talk about it because sometimes you feel like it's your fault or something you've done wrong, or maybe I can't conceive, or maybe I can't carry a baby to full term. But honestly, sometimes it just happens naturally and there's nothing you can do about it. So I would just encourage any young lady out there who may be going through a situation like we went through, just keep the faith. And even if you are suffering that miscarriage, know that in the end, the rainbow will come. The rainbow will happen. And Ava Michelle, she's our testimony. I don't know if you saw the shirt that she was wearing on yesterday. She truly is our rainbow after the storm. Right. Because honestly, after all that happened with our miscarriage, Willie and I, we tried so hard to conceive again. And it really didn't take that long, to be honest.
So we went through December, through January. We really tried in January. But we ended up getting pregnant technically in February. And
around our birthday month.
We found out in March. But I told her, I said, look, February is going to be the month. This is the love month. This is my birthday, your birthday. 3 days prior to my birthday is Valentine's. I said, it's going to be this month.
And it was.
Sure enough, it was.
That month.
I remember it was on her birthday, on the 26th of February. Yeah. You were just like, I wanted to be pregnant on my birthday. I said, what makes you think you're not pregnant?
Yeah.
They said, we got to wait till next month now.
Yeah.
Now, here's a real testimony. I'll be real quick with it. But that next month, I started a new job. So I went 3 months. And mind you, these 3 months, the rent was getting paid. God really looked out.
He showed out for us.
I did not have a job. I was doing Lyft, Uber. We was doing whatever we could.
Yeah.
And rent was getting paid. God was blessing us. He was making ways. He was opening doors. But I said that to say the following month, March 6th, 2018 at this point, is the day I started my new job, right? And with starting my new job, I believe that was the same day we found out that we were actually pregnant. Mm-hmm. So with Ava. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we had a crazy term too.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But I mean, it's worth it.
It was well worth it. Because we worked hard for this little one to come here, and she's really been a blessing to us. So yeah, we're grateful for it all.
Yeah. So we hope you really enjoyed this video. We have more in store. Stay tuned.
Yes.
We're going to continue our story. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is just a little bit more of a testimony of this beautiful love that we have, and the result of that love. I'll show you a little bit. Oh, she's sleeping. She's still sleeping.
Yes, she is. But she's here. You all saw her yesterday if you tuned in. If not, check out that video. That was our first actual upload. Yes. But we just want to thank you all for your patience, for like sitting down to watch us and
listen to more of our stories.
Absolutely. And I hope that you'll find some type of inspiration and encouragement from this, because it just goes to show you can go through anything. Right. But when God is in the middle of it, when he's in the center of anything is possible. And we are a living testimony. Our love story is a living testimony that if you just trust and you believe and what you have and the love that God has blessed you with, you can conquer anything. Love truly does conquer anything, and we've conquered it. And we're not saying that our marriage is perfect at all, so please do not believe that at all. And we're still learning ourselves.
We're still learning each other.
Absolutely.
We're still every day, man, I'm telling you, you learn something every day. Mm-hmm. You think you know.
But you don't know. So, yeah.
So this is just a beautiful journey for us, and we're going to keep you along the journey. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to see a lot more different videos. Now, we don't want to be one of those YouTubers that you go ghost. We're definitely going to continue to keep posting content. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
You're going to really be intrigued by a lot of the stuff that we have to say and we have to share with you.
Absolutely.
So we just look forward to doing that. Yeah. Okay? So stay tuned.
Yeah, so make sure that you like this video. Comment.
That's right. And if you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe and notification bell so you can get all of our new videos as they come, and just be inspired.
Yeah, and welcome to the family.
We're going through a tough time with this coronavirus,
Absolutely.
with COVID-19, and it's just good to sit down and get some inspiration and get some positivity flowing in your life, and that's just what really we want to do. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I think that's all we got.
Hey, there we are. So, Mr. and Mrs. signing out. God bless you all.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.